God wants to do something,
he's gonna do it.
He goes out of his way to do it. So I don't know why. It was actually Reverend Peter Bright was around, and I was going to, and I think I was just going to go and have lunch with him, and then he told me, oh, and I love that about also, like Reverend Peter's like that. So he said, oh, I find a friend on the plane or something, so can we please pick him up, and then we also go for lunch. So I was going to go for lunch at the junction, just take a man of God, he's in the country, let's just go and eat lunch. So I picked up Reverend Peter. Then he went, we picked up his friend, Reverend Vincent Sapon, then we came. So on our way, I realized, we are on Riara Road, so we're going to pass by the office. So why not just pass by, then I show them where we're doing ministry and all that. So that's what we did. It was very unplanned. We were on our way to the junction. So we stopped, and then so they saw the compound, then in true fashion, because they are men of God, they started praying for the people who were there. So first when he entered into the training room, he said, hey, what goes on in this room? So we said, why? He said he can really feel the presence of God. So we said, oh, there's a lot of prayer that goes on there, like because of Monday Josephs and all that, and it's our training center and everything. So he really went into prayer. I think he even went into prophecy. Actually, one of the things he told me God will use you despite your weaknesses. Very encouraging for me. I was like, Allah. He said God is going to use you very greatly despite your weaknesses. I was like, okay, good. Clearly God knows I have weaknesses, but despite the weaknesses, he's going to use me. So he started praying. Then he just said, so they both prayed and prayed, prophesied, prayed for everybody who was there at the office. You guys were not there then. Then he says, please go call everyone who's in this compound. And because I want to make a special prayer, and everybody who's in this compound must come to this room now. So out Christine went, who even I was shocked when I saw you guys. I was like, Allah, this was how I'm talking. Random chaps. Random chaps just loosely entering the building, but of course it was God's plan. So I remember he prayed, and I think I asked him, see, that thing about having the burden, I said, oh, and they've been married, I think, X number of years, and they haven't had a child, and that's what I wanted. And then he became excited because that was his gift. And also you have to realize with men and women of God, we have been praying about something, even the PLF people, I mean, the family, the PLF family, your particular family was praying, intercessors are praying, but sometimes it takes somebody who has the gifting and the jurisdiction to break that thing through. So that was his gift. He was so excited. He started giving you testimonies about people he's prayed for, and the best thing, you know, I also like, I don't want to say West African pastors, but let me just say that there's a boldness they have. We're not trying to negotiate with God. This thing he is doing. So even, you know, you want to tell him, hey, ple's tone down there.
Do you remember when he said next year? Next year, at a time like this, I remember just holding Pastor Angie saying, now
we're even more trouble.
Now
if you thought we were in trouble, now we're in more trouble, because now we even have a specific time.
You know, and it was so fascinating. And I remember all that time I could not let go of you, simply because I was like, I'm going to fall. One in my mind, I'm like, okay, now God, now look, he said that time. You've added more people.
Added more people to
and
the
then you said
of
at time.
This thing.
You know, and you said at time. But then you know that the interesting thing is, Pastor Angie, God works in very interesting ways, because also at that time, there was, I mean, family people ask. I mean, you've been married 5 years, like you knew what's going on. And it was also the same season of my cousin's wedding, and so there was a lot of family get-togethers and things like that. And there was pressure. I know it was coming from a good place though. And I remember also a time when, in that same season, in fact, I think after that prayer, because Akinyi got married in October.
I think like 2-3 months. It was August. I think like 2-3 months later.
Yeah. One of my aunties was like, I think, because I guess she just wasn't feeling this other guy now who I was seeing. And she was just like, I think you need to go and see this other guy now. You know, just hear what it is. Get a second opinion. And I remember from the moment I agreed to go see this other guy now, I started telling God, by the time I go see this guy, Lord, please let me be pregnant. And it's not for anything else, but so that the glory goes to you. Because if I go see this guy now, and then I get pregnant, then she's the one who's going to receive the glory, and not you. And I remember calling the lady, and she's very popular, so getting time is very difficult. And I was given a time slot for I think 2 months later, and I said, fine, that's fine, I'll come 2 months later. And when we went, we had the conversation, we talked, and then she says, no, before we do anything else, I need you to go and do a blood test to ascertain that you are not pregnant. And so we go, get we do the blood test. Of course, Kimbelembele, me, I cannot wait, because where she sent us to do to do the blood test, they'd send her the results, and then during our next visit, she'd interpret the results. And I got the results via email. Of course, I couldn't understand what it was, but my cousin is a doctor. So I sent it to my cousin, because I was like, I cannot wait. I need to know now. And I sent them to my cousin. I sent them to 2 people, actually. One said, you're not pregnant, but my cousin said, in fact, her response was, congratulations.
What?
That was
2 people?
Yes.
Interpreted the results differently?
Differently. 2 people interpreted the results differently. My cousin's response was, congratulations, Akini, wow, you're pregnant. And this is the same cousin who, during that season, that was her wedding we were putting together and everything of that sort. It was the same lady. And I remember, because you're getting 2 responses, 2 opposite responses for the same thing. And I said, I'm going to go with what my cousin has said. This is what I'm going to stand with what my cousin has said. And so when I went to Dr. Maria, in fact, when she opened the door, she just laughed. And we're like, Dr. Maria, what is it? And she's like, you're the second couple who have come to me saying that they cannot get pregnant. And then when I send them for a blood test, they're actually pregnant. Wow. You know? But true to God's word, a year later, a year, to the letter,
I was so glad, and I told Dr. Sapom, I said, the baby's here, and he was very, very happy. He was so, so happy. So I really give God thanks for Hera. But you know, sometimes I think, okay, but you know, I've just been thinking, sometimes I think we panic early, because a lot of people who, maybe it's been 5 years, I don't know, I feel like saying that because I've watched them, there are like 4 or 5 of them, where now you're getting to 5 years and you're panicking. I don't know whether it's the culture again, because the whole idea was culture, whether it's the culture again of pressure, because it's really not that long. When I look at it now, I mean, always God seems to come through. You know, he's going to come through 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, he comes through. But I think it's either the panic or it's the culture.
I think so, because I think it's the culture of you get married 2 years later,
have a baby,
and then you know, there's a script to it.
There's a script.
And I think sometimes we might. When you said that, I just thought, in the 5 years before we got Hera, God was really working.
Yes,
you know. And I keep telling Chege, if we had Hera earlier, I probably would have broken her spirit, because. The God honest truth is I had such unresolved issues that would come out in such weird ways that I'm like, if a baby was in this situation, I probably would have broken the child's spirit. But because of the culture of, and I think that's also a side note, but because of the culture of this, and then this happens, and then this happens, the pressure is, especially, I don't know how much more for the gentlemen, but for us ladies, because it's always, I mean, people will be very cut. And Akini, what's wrong?
The problem?
I
remember asking you, because I was also worried. I asked you even about, because I know Chege's mom, and I really love her. And I was asking, but you told me she was a great supporter and told you, if anybody asks you, they should refer to her, which I loved. I loved that response. I was like, you see why I love your mom? See, good answer.
Yes.
Whoever has issues, please, and they ask you,
send them.
Refer to me. You know, she didn't have any pressure. She was fine. She was going along. And I think also, okay, we look at it in this situation of maybe there's a delay, maybe for a baby, but it's a delay in many things. It could be a delay in marriage. You think God is not answering your prayer. It could be a delay in a promotion, but just give it time. And then look at, I think for me now, what I'm saying from what you're speaking and what I spoke earlier, please let's reflect on what God is trying to work on. There's something from you, about you, that God is trying to work on, and begin to work on that, so that as the miracle comes, you've also resolved the issues about you. I think that is very, very clear. There are things that God cannot, even now when I look at it, could not have given me 5 years ago, but he can give me now.
It's true.
Because there's an element of character working on, there's an alignment, there's a maturity even in the spirit, the things of the spirit that he's given, you know. So now I'm ready for X. You know what you're going to do with it. So I think even if there's anybody out there facing any kind of delay, please, I'm using these words, Lord, and Dave Mavi as well. I also have to bring here, interrogate. Interrogate and first relax and take a chill pill and wonder and look down and say, what is God working on? What unresolved issues do I have? What do I need to pray about more? What do I need to become better at? Now that I'm asking for this, am I able to handle it? Am I responsible for it? You know, so that it comes as a whole package. And then I think the one thing that I've learned, not only from you, but for other couples as well, is please let's just wait. You know, sometimes you just panic, and there's no need to panic. The child is here. The child is here. It came at the perfect time. Correct timing. So just relax. God will answer.
And I think for me, the flip side of that thing is just give God flexibility.
Give him room to move.
Give him room to decide. You know, because you can want something to the point where it stops, it becomes even, like it literally can become toxic.
Yeah, definitely.
So give God room to decide. If he says no, by the way, pray that he can get you to a point where you understand why. Because God is God, regardless of whether you get what you want or not. Whether you believe in God or not,
he's still
that guy will save you from an accident, or he can put you in ICU. That's God.
It's just God.
Don't play with that guy. And so we have to constantly remember, Christian, Muslim, whatever you are, you are not the end of yourself. There's something beyond you that you must bend the knee to.
And it's calling, whatever that, it's calling the shots.
Because
that's the way I ask people.
Just lest you confuse the
power play. Is it the power play or the order?
The order of how things work.
He's the one calling the shots.
Yeah.
And my best answer is, since you can, first you cannot tell us which day you're going to die. If you can give us a date of your death, that would be very good to helping us. Know that you and God, you are on the same level.
Just know how when you fall asleep, Pastor Angie, there's a science to it. There's a science to what happens, what goes off in your body. So just take one night and say, I'm in charge of all these systems. If you can do that, maybe we can talk.
We can talk. So you don't know the day of your death.
No.
You don't know whether if you sleep today you're going to wake up tomorrow. And then now, to bring in the word of God, he called another guy who was building storehouses, a wicked fool. He had built for himself two huge storehouses, and he was storing himself grain. And then you see, by the time God is calling you foolish man, so saying this is foolishness. Today, watch those storehouses you're building. You're not seeing a single one of them. You are exiting today. Today is your last day. So actually you should not be spending building storehouses. If I was you, I would be building the other important things to be doing rather than building storehouses. But you see, there's somebody else who's in charge. There's somebody else who's in charge of destiny. And you have to bow the knee to that person, to God, and relax.
Just relax.
And humility, I don't know, today a lot of it has also been coming out. The key word is humility and love.
Absolutely.
Humility and love. Let's just have that. And all shall be well. Any closing remarks? When's the next spotlight? Now we don't know when the next spotlight is.
We do.
How do people reach you?
24th of November. But this time it's at Power 254. Because
Power 254? It sounds really amazing.
Off State
House Drive on State House Crescent.
Okay.
How can people reach us? Aspire at empireinternational.co.ke.
Awesome.
We are on Facebook, Aspire, Empire International.
Is there anything like Spotlight? Or they just do Aspire and Empire? And they will find you guys. And what's the next one on 24th?
On music. Yes, it's on music. We have an amazing lineup. We'll be giving more details. I think this is my moment to thank KBS and PLF in believing in Spotlight and coming on as sponsors, you know. Your sponsorship is the most important sponsorship. Most important sponsorship there is.
Yeah, you touched me when
you
said that.
You birthed this dream that is Aspire. Sandra. You pushed me even when I did not want to be pushed. When I was running away from the thing that God wanted me to do, which is dealing in youth spaces, you told me, this is the way. And even when I wasn't listening, you did not stop talking. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for you pushing me to do Aspire. I'm grateful for the prayers. And I'm grateful for you believing in this product. from even before, from when it was just an idea, and saying, Sandra will stand with you on this project. Wow. So asante.
Thank you so much. Even me, asante. And I think you really touched my heart when you told me that I'm a sponsor because of praying and birthing the vision. I thought that's a very unique sponsor.
There's nothing without that.
I know, but it's so, I've never been honored in that way.
Yeah.
You were the first, and I'm so proud of you for that. And I'm really grateful to God for that, you know. And I just want to tell somebody, so thank you so much, and thank you for thanking me. Something's dropped in my spirit. Whenever something drops in my spirit, I say it. Because it's also important thing to honor and to always give thanks and to do things even when you don't understand. There's one day, there's this, one of the PLFers, her name was Tina. And what I didn't know is that Tina was going to pass away. And she brought me a sign. She made me a certificate thanking me for my role. Imagine, I was even in shock for my role in her life, framed it and brought it. So I'm like, hey, Tina, it's never that serious. What do you mean?
What is it? Yeah.
Framed, written, thank you so much, appreciation for you, Pastor Angie. I could not believe it. So anyway, she gave it to me. What I didn't know is that it was almost just before a year passed, Tina was gone. Let me tell you the way I treasure that certificate. I treasure, it's my office. I even bought a candle to represent her because I was like, what? And maybe even when she was doing, she was thinking, honestly, what kind of drama is this? Certificate. So I go and tell her thank you. Yeah. I mean, what? I tell her thank you every day. Why do I have to create something and frame it beautifully and present it to her? Why? I guess she didn't know, I didn't know that she wasn't going to be here. So I think I'm going to use that moment. I thank you for the way that you honored me, but I'm also going to ask anybody who wants to honor somebody, when you get an instruction that sounds so crazy and so ridiculous, just do it. Because we don't know why God is pushing you to do that or to say that. And so for me also, for your side of the story, thank you so, you're not dying by the way, because you know, now, so, you are living to see your great-great-grandchildren. Amen. But just because I'm just glad that you honored me in that way. And it's something that it's not the norm, and that you thought to honor me that way. I'm really forever grateful. And you know, you need to pray for me because thank God for the people I pushed. You know, I've entered now relax mode. Now I've entered relax mode. If you want to be pushed, you will be pushed. If you don't be pushed, so one day I need to find a balance because somehow the pushing helps because it draws out the potential, causes people to see things they cannot see in themselves, cause them to get on a path that they cannot see, which is good. But then also now there's the character and flavor moment where I can't force. So, but I'm glad it worked. It worked, and it brought out what you had.
You're a mother to many. Yes. You're a mother to many. And there are those children who are hard-headed.
Very hard-headed.
Very hard-headed. The truth of the matter is, those are your children.
They are.
Those are the ones you're called to. And I think I say this boldly because I'm those ones. I'm those ones. Pastor Angie, just leave me.
Yeah.
Please just leave me. But you never leave. And I don't think you realize how important it is.
It is.
And how important you're not living matters. Because people step.
Yeah.
People walk. You know? And the most hard-headed ones are the most sensitive ones.
Yeah.
And are the ones who need your staying the most. Yes? They don't want the noise, but they need it.
Yeah.
They need it.
Yeah.
So don't stop.
Yeah, I won't stop. I'll just keep on keeping on. But I keep asking God. I can't have a reassignment. It's like all the hard-headed kids is
Forget it.
He just gathers them, kusanyas, go to Pastor Angie. He just sends them to me. I'm like, I need some soft ones who will be taught, and they do. There are few who help me and encourage me. But the greater percentage of the people, I'm like, please, Papa, this is where you're going to tell them yourselves. Me like heart. And also gives you the mother's heart, you know. Honestly, even the heart sometimes that I have that I know, well, most of the time, it's only a mother's heart. And then I've even been through the same thing with out there. Where we are very strong, we have pandanished up to revolt now. And now, I'm still mom. What do you want to do? So she can't get rid of this woman. She's like, I'm going to kill this woman. I'm going nowhere. I'm here. And very assertive and kwanza in your face and telling you, let me tell you, I'm around for some time. Sijamaliza. Yeah, and I'm still your mother. There's now a voice that checks in. That now I say, where? There's going to be drama here. But it's the heart of a mother. It's not easy. It's not easy for any mother to be a mother and to be a mother to many. But I think the one thing that God has given me, which I can say with humility, is a heart to love. Is a heart to love. No matter what happens, we can just laugh about it. Even me, I can't believe. I'm not supposed to be laughing. What do you mean we're laughing? Oh, I'm about to kill you. But no. Now God, okay, now no, Pastor Angie, do this, do this. And then the ability, I think the thing I've learned as we close, is the ability to see things from other people's perspective. I really have. I've tried to examine a situation, try to find out where is that pain coming from, where is the backstory, how is that person feeling? So not even to take it personally. Why are they doing that? Okay, maybe this too shall pass. Let me let time pass. Then we'll revisit this thing. You know, just being something that I wasn't, but God is just helping me. Yeah, but I'm telling you, it's hard. I know. All the hard heads were brought to my address. To my address, imagine. Refer to Pastor Angie. Go see Pastor Angie. Why? Why? And then I have to stand on top of tables, causing chaos with a microphone, shouting. Let me tell you something. That's the Lord.
It is bearing and will continue to bear fruit.
That is the good thing, Chege. That fruit is being born. Let me tell you. That is the most encouraging thing, that there's fruit. And then there's fruit for generations. People are benefiting. And then just, God is also very clever. Just when I'm reaching discouragement mode, he just sends one email comes, one testimony, I'm fired. I'm like, hey, let's go. Where were the people? Let's go to this thing. Because somebody will share something that will just touch my heart, and we'll both know that can only be God. There is nobody else who could have done that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm very proud of both of you. I'm so glad you've been in my life for a very, very long time. I love that fact, and I'm encouraged, and I'm encouraged to see what else God will do with us. Yeah. Any closing remarks? Look into the camera and speak to those people.
Just constantly always be evaluating your operating system. Phones have operating systems that need upgrades, so you have to keep checking what yours is. Is it an operating system of love? Is it an operating system of judgment? Is it an operating system of hate? And as you figure out what your operating system is, then you learn to be better at being a human being and at your roles in life, being a husband, a wife, a child, all those sorts of things. And it's very important that you figure out how you deal with life and with people, because you're here for a purpose, and it would be such a sad waste for you to be operating on an operating system of judgment when you are sent here to love people. So ask for wisdom and figure it out. Talk with God and keep walking. Yeah, this is not an advertisement for Johnny Walker, but if you are so inclined,
keep on walking. Yeah, just keep on walking. Jibonde, ka short tapo.
Wow.
Keep walking.
What do you say after that?
I know. Hey, Chege. Hey, you are deep.
PLF.
Yeah, Jesus.
What do you say after that? Life is for living, and so live life. But also take time to figure out what life you're supposed to be living and interrogate that, and then live that life to the fullest. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Excellent. Wow. I hope you've been encouraged. My name is Angie Murenga. I have nothing to say after that. We have spoken a lot and said many things. My name is Angie Murenga. You're watching Just Angie, and I'm here with my guests Chege and Sandra, and God bless you. Bye. Say bye to the guys.
See you.
Bye.
God bless.